Why does it seem like some women want other women to go through the same period pain they do? I'm sure there's some feeling about how unfair it is, since it's the same bodily function, but the pain level bleeding amount varies so wildly from person to person. But also, those with extreme period pain and/or bleeding have almost always talked to their doctor about it. Doctors brush it off, while medical trials have only just started including women, but only post-menopausal women because we create too many variables. And medicine as a whole just doesn't have answers for many female reproductive issues. Things like endometriosis and PCOS have no true fixes, so you telling them they should see a doctor is infuriating. Even getting a diagnosis for some of these issues takes years of trying. I've been telling doctors since I was 15 that my bleeding and pain levels are crazy high. I'm now in my 30s. And all that's ever been offered is hormonal birth control. And guess what? I've used that, it makes it worse. And that includes women doctors giving me the brush off, I'm guessing, because they don't have bad periods, which probably is why you think women want you to go through the same pain. They wish all their women doctors would feel the same pain and realize things need to change. Because we've been to DRS and have been told it's normal to be in pain. Like, no, it's not. They did an ultrasound on me when I was 12 and just said my extremely heavy and painful periods were normal. Never mind that I would vomit from the pain and continue to vomit for 3 days straight with the inability to even keep water down. Never mind that I was losing control of my bowels, literally vomiting into a bag while sitting on the toilet. Never mind that I would constantly pass out from the pain and dehydration. Yeah, it was just normal. Nobody wants you to be in pain just because they are, but saying go to the doctor, pain isn't normal, can feel obnoxiously glib to someone who has been to many doctors and been told that it is normal. 1. Why not ask this in a sub with a higher proportion of women if you genuinely want to discuss it? 2. I find that when I express that I have pain, people who do not seem to want to minimize my experience. Guess it goes both ways. But people who don't have pain don't need the medical community to take them seriously. There's numbers in solidarity. You can be a voice for others just because you're not directly impacted by an issue. I've seen this often when women bring up how their IUD insertion hurt in discussions where people are saying we should be offered some kind of pain management or mild sedation. Mine hurt like crazy. Another woman arguing that it doesn't hurt, doesn't help other women trying to advocate for pain management during the procedure. There's no value in showing up and going on about how you don't experience the same issue in a conversation about people who do. Kinda be supportive by being an advocate or be supportive by staying out of it type of thing. Normalizing just means that we want it to be taken seriously by medical professionals and treated as a real problem by our friends and family. Most people who have bad period pain have talked to doctors and they don't do much for you. Most people who have this experience just want to be able to talk about it and be accommodated in the world as we'd handle any other health problem. In general, with any medical problem, if someone complains to you, they are not looking for go to a doctor type advice. They are looking for empathy and compassion. What you were describing feels like it minimizes what many people go through, saying mine aren't that bad comes off as a little insensitive. It's because the doctors don't take us seriously. When I was 16, I was experiencing abdominal pain, really painful periods more than was normal for me, and I was in and out of my male GPs for months. He got me ultrasounds and told me they'd come back all clear, nothing to worry about. After a whole year of the symptoms worsening, being in and out of my GPs, more ultrasounds with the same results, all clear, nothing to worry about. I had abdominal pains, so bad that I had to be sent to the ER. They did an ultrasound, referred me to a female doctor, and I had my medical records from my GP sent over to her. Turns out, I had ovarian cysts, large ones. They'd been there since my first original ultrasound and only gotten bigger in the following ultrasounds my GP had had me take. Not once did he tell me, and had been my doctor my entire life at that point. I never went back. Because plenty of doctors will just tell you to take some basic over-the-counter medicine or tell you you're being dramatic. This whole post pissed me off. Your period pain is not normal and you shouldn't normalize it as patronizing. We don't care if you feel pain or not. This is blowing my mind. I think they just don't want to be dismissed and told that there must be something wrong with them if they have pain, and that if they just go to the doctor it will be fixed and go away. It doesn't necessarily mean that there is a medical condition and they shouldn't be treated as if they are playing the martyr. If you hate your job because it's horrible and your boss is mean, do you want to talk to a coworker who loves their job and their boss is awesome? Shared misery is a way of building human connection. We're in this together. All humans do that. 1. Misery loves company too. My wife has extremely bad cramps and has been to several OBs about it, and they don't have a better answer for her than naproxen. and I know that's not radically uncommon. Saying their experience doesn't need to be normalized is extremely insulting and condescending. Happy that you don't have period pain, but the whole "you should go see a doctor" advice is probably what pisses them off, since doctors are known for minimizing and brushing off period pain. I can tell you this firsthand, as endometriosis runs in my family. Maybe just stay in your lane and don't try to give advice about stuff you know nothing about. I think it is more them looking for validation of their own experiences rather than wishing another woman pain. No, we don't. But some of y'all dismiss our pain because "oh, mine isn't bad, so yours can't be." Get over it. I don't want to go on birth control, which is the only solution doctors have given to me. One doctor even just told me to take painkillers, which clearly don't work. As someone who struggled with periods that made me throw up as out and image hospitalized, I don't think these women necessarily want you to experience the pain they do, but probably feel patronized to be told to go to the doctor or that severe pain isn't normal. We know this. Many of us have been to the doctor countless times with no results and no one taking us seriously. It's a sore topic, and it's worse when people try to give unsolicited advice, because people who experience severe period pain experience a lot of professionals who do not take them seriously. Also related, when people try to tell me that birth control is so bad for me, or this or that, or I need to try this diet to balance my hormones. I know birth control probably isn't great, but it's the only thing that helped with my anemia and stopped my hospitalizations from periods and gave me my life back. For now, no doctor will give me answers that I seek. So for now, this is working for me. And I hope that one day there are answers. So to answer the question, I think it's just a sore topic for a lot of women, and saying something like "see a doctor" diminishes the struggles these people have no doubt already experienced. When some women dismiss my experience or say I'm lying or exaggerating about the pain or sickness, yeah, I'm going to wish the hounds of hell on them. I'm fine with everyone's experiences being different, and it's great that some women have very mild symptoms. We can agree on that. It's when I'm called a faker that I get bothered. Your post history is concerning. I suggest you work on some of your internalized misogyny and TERF leanings, and your question will be answered. I'm not even going to touch the cannibalism. I realize you're very young and think you're being edgy, but this ain't it. That's probably not what's going on. They want to be acknowledged as having a problem. They may have found there has been no help when they've sought it. Not every medical issue has a current solution. It can be insulting when people assume you are just a whiner and haven't already tried every treatment option you could get access to. They want empathy. No, that's not what they're saying. You're being incredibly dense to assume what you go through is normal for everyone. People don't like being told there's something wrong with them. Sometimes period pain is a symptom of something else, but often it's just what it is. Some women have much worse periods. I'd get bitchy with you too if I told you I have bad pain and you started acting like you know my body better than I do and telling me to do something I've probably already done. It doesn't mean I want you to be in pain. I just want you to understand that other people have different experiences. They are probably mad at your dismissive attitude. I've never wished the pain and despair of my period on anyone, and whenever someone tells me about their pain, my first instinct is to share fixes that have worked for me. That being said, if someone tries to diminish what I've gone through, it sends me straight over the edge, and I will explain to them in graphic detail what it's like to lose 2 weeks of every month to something you have no control over, and no socially acceptable way to explain why. I would never wish pains my wife has on anyone. Endometriosis, and the pain sometimes makes her throw up. It's so bad. Now she's on meds to control it, and the meds cause acid reflux, which means she's not eating beef, fried stuff, not drinking wine or beer or any alcohol. It's torture. Also, she can avoid the pain of endometriosis. Why not the women I know? Every girlfriend I've had has been "no one should have to go through this." Then again, I tend to be friends with and go for women of a particular political proclivity, and it's not the one that currently is doing everything in its power to make life harder for women. So maybe talk to women who actually have empathy. Have you never heard the expression "misery loves company"? Some people just don't want anyone else to have it better than they do. Also, this post makes you look like a class of fucking asshole.